And in this warfare, the Son or the Christ or the Anointed One gets victory over Seth. They stole that story, put it in the Bible, and made it Jesus conquering Satan on Calvary. Oh, shucks. After Heru conquered Seth, he sets up his kingdom on earth and appoints the pharaohs or the gods to guard the kingdom with Ma'at. Let's see what else they stole. In the 11th chapter of Genesis, to save time, y'all, I don't have time to read all this. I got so many to show you here, and I'm running out of time. Half my time is gone already. Here we have what is called in the 11th chapter of Genesis, the Tower of Babel. And of course at the Tower of Babel, it says, I just got to read something to you though. Minister Stewart, since you got the 11th chapter of Genesis, good. I want y'all to see how much sense this makes. Go ahead, just read.
The 4th verse.
11th verse, first verse.
And the whole earth was of one language.
Of one language.
And
of one speech, yes.
And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar.
Yes.
And they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly.
Okay.
And they had brick for stone,
yes, and
slime had they for mortar.
Okay, now check out the 4th verse. Go ahead, what does it say?
And they said, Go to, let us build us a city on top.
Now mind you, brothers and sisters, again, this is allegory. But even in the allegory, the people mentioned in this allegory are black folk.
Yes, sir.
You follow what I'm saying? They are descendants of Ham.
Yes, yes.
Okay? The person who supposedly supervised the building of this, in the biblical text, he's called Nimrod.
Yes.
Okay? Now, it says that these people were together. They were on one accord. They all spoke the same language. They were in union with each other. Go ahead. What does it say?
Let us build us a city on a tower,
yes,
whose top may reach unto heaven.
Yes.
And let us make us a name,
right,
lest we be scattered abroad on the face of the whole earth.
Go ahead, 5th verse.
And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men built.
Now, some deep stuff, y'all, because I want to show you something about this text that many of you may not have known. The word tower in this passage is the Strong's reference number 04026. It is the Hebrew word migdal, which means a pyramidal structure. Wow. Don't take my word for it. Go to your Strong's Concordance. The word pyramid is right there in the text. Yes. So what does that mean? That means that the Tower of Babel wasn't a tower like you and I would think of in the 20th century. The Tower of Babel was a pyramid.
Yes.
What blows my mind is it actually says that God saw that the people were on one accord, and according to the biblical text, it says that God said, these people are all together. They're working together. They're supporting each other. They're working in harmony. They're putting their money together to empower themselves. And it actually says that God said, we got to stop that. What verse is it?
The 7th verse.
Read the 7th verse.
Go to,
yes,
let us go down,
let us go down,
and therefore
confound their language,
that they may not understand,
so they don't understand each other. Look at the person next to you and say, what kind of God would do such a thing? Come on, black folk, get your head together. Any God that wants to come and cause confusion is the wrong one. Yeah, buddy. So their Tower of Babel was plagiarized from Saqqara.
Yes.
Okay? It said, let us build us a tower whose top may reach into heaven. Well, that's because they see this is actually an altar, family. This is actually a plateau of worshiping Ra. It is the oldest and first pyramid built on this planet. And guess what? It's still there. pictures. You were there. You touched it. You saw it. You see our heads at the bottom of the screen there? It's still there. It is called the Step Pyramid of Zoser, designed by the great African vizier and multi-genius known as Imhotep. The white man don't want you to know that, so they gave you this lie about the Tower of Babel. Until you go to France, don't go to Egypt, because you go to Egypt, you'll see it. What about the ark? There it is, y'all. That's the new ark. This whole stuff about Noah building some ship. There was no Noah. Look at the person next to you. Say, there was no Noah. There is no Noah's ark. Every picture you see of Noah's ark is a drawing. That's not a drawing. That boat is still there. That's my picture. See, when you go and experience the evidence, man, ain't nothing to talk about. You don't want to believe it, then the hell with you. I know what I'm talking about. Here's the first ark on the planet. Tell me, they done found pieces of Noah's ark. They ain't found nothing. Shucks. This is Khufu's boat, housed in the building that you see around it, right behind the pyramid of Khufu on the Giza Plateau. The oldest seafaring vessel on the planet. There it is. The white man don't want you to know that. So they teach our little children about Noah. Which is a lie, because that came from a story. The man is called Utnapishtim. Notice what it says. Utnapishtim is the wise Sumerian king who, along with his wife, survived a great flood sent by Enlil to drown every living thing on earth. Sound familiar? Yeah. Utnapishtim was secretly warned by the water god Ea of Enlil's plan and constructed a great boat or ark to save himself, his family, and who else? And two of every kind of living creature. When the flood water subsided, Utnapishtim released a dove who found no resting place in return. Sound familiar? Yes. A swallow was then released who found no perch in return, but the raven which was released did not return. Sound familiar? Yes. Utnapishtim then made sacrifice and poured out a libation to Ea on the top of Mount Nissa. This is the first ark builder on the planet. There was no other ark builder story. There was no other ark builder story. White man wants he want to have everything. He'll destroy the truth, make up a lie, and give you the lie to believe. And you want to know why you ain't got no power. Oh man, Moses. The story goes that Pharaoh was going to drown all of the babies in the Nile River. So the story that we were taught and raised on was that Moses' mother, what was her name? Miriam. No, that was his sister. Well, call her Moses' mama. Okay. What she did in the story we raised is she went and hid him in the bulrushes on the Nile River. Where did they get that from? Right here. Now you may have to look very closely to see it. Here we have a picture of a Set kneeling down with baby Heru or Horus in the bull